Giving the birds a treat. Look at that. Bird seed and pumpkins. Well, this is one way of keeping the birds away from here. Is by actually giving them food. And I also filled that one up. Hey guys, welcome to Bronx Porch Homestead. Okay, so let me take off my glove. Hi guys. Yes, I'm wearing a mask, but do you know why? Because today I cleaned up half the coop. Let me show you. So I live in the Bronx, New York City, right? And I'm allowed to have hens. No roosters, that's illegal. I have to keep repeating that just in case you're new here. But these are my hens. They give me eggs, so I am sustainable in terms of me getting protein. But we had to clean out their coop because their curtain, which is that one on the floor, was really bad. So I decided that I was going to use today to do at least half the work. There's a couple of, let me take this off. There's a couple of ways of doing the coop. I can do it all in one day, or I could do half and half because it is really a lot of work. The reason I wear the mask is because hens are very poopy. And you know, you don't want to inhale the poop. You don't want to inhale feces into your lungs because you can get really sick. Whether it's the hens, whether it's pigeons, birds, any kind of feces, rodents, you don't want to inhale any of that, which is why I wear these masks. These are actually K95 masks. So they're masks that help to filter out some of that stuff, you know. The other thing is I do it in segments. But wanted to clean all that up, at least where they nest. And then tomorrow we're going to actually use a Velcro method. I think that would be better this time, is to Velcro the top and then Velcro the back of a curtain with the slits. They actually do like their privacy, I noticed. I left one of the bottom curtains up. See that? I left one of the bottom curtains up because they do like to lay their eggs with a little bit of privacy. And even though they fight for stations, because that's what they do, they still want their privacy. I noticed that there are other gardeners that are doing their garden tours. I haven't done one yet, not really. So maybe I'll start doing that. Maybe I can do one today real quick. I can give it a shot, but I think I still need so much more to grow. Hens are happy. You see how quiet they are? You know, it's funny, when I'm in there, they are very, very quiet. It's almost like they're like, yeah, we're comfortable with you being in here. It feels okay, which is nice. Look what I did. I put dummy eggs in the, I don't know if you could see them. See that? I put dummy eggs in there because, like I mentioned earlier, I took off the curtain up on the top. I'm gonna see if they're gonna lay there. They never lay on the bottom. Never. They always fight for these two compartments, which is hilarious. My girls. This is the bin where I take their food from there at nighttime because I don't want rats. I do leave the water though, but I take their food and then I put it in here. Then I close it up. Check out the bee. Ooh, look at the bee. I have a lot of respect for them. Okay guys, since it's just me filming here, let's start with coming up these stairs. Alrighty, so here is my backyard. Yes, it's very urban, got a lot of buildings back there. Let's start with these tomatoes and peas. So I am growing tomatoes on this ledge. Let me go back down more. This is a retaining wall. and this is where that gets the most sun. So I literally picked out a couple of indeterminate tomatoes that I knew that I was going to look forward to, and I planted them here. One thing about the labels though, no matter how much I try, even the ones that say outdoor pens for gardens, they don't work. So if somebody knows of a permanent marker that actually doesn't fade away with the sun and the rain, and really doesn't fade away with the sun and the rain, do let me know, because the ones that I have purchased, they say that, but it doesn't work. So yeah, so 3 tomatoes. These are, I know they're indeterminate, I just don't remember what type they were. And then let's go up here and show you this way. Isn't that cool? Let me show you the whole thing first. That's the trellises. This is a new trellis, by the way. It's funny because I said to my neighbor, I think I'm gonna put another trellis. And she said, where? Up on a tree? Because she noticed these trellises here, but I managed to fit a foot trellis on. And I did that on purpose because I have cucumbers. So back to here. You ready for this? This is grape. I have grapes. I have a rose bush, lemon balm, lavender, rosemary over there. Yeah. And sunflowers. Now the other way. So here I have kale, cauliflower, pak choy, which is smaller. My roommate planted spinach, more tomatoes, and in between the tomatoes are radishes. So I got some radishes. Oh, these are onions. In between my tomatoes, there's onions. Okay. Over here, I have zinnias. See, they're ready to almost pop open. Look at my lavender. Oh my goodness, I'm in love with my perennial raised bed. There is more sunflowers. There is grape, nasturtiums, which I already have been eating, by the way, in a salad. We have more tomatoes, parsley. Check out the corn. Look at the corn. Pretty big. So I did not plant them in rows. I plant them in a box, in a square. The zucchini plant, the leaf is like bigger than my hand. I only planted 2. We'll see what happens. There's another rose bush there. Raspberry. This is all raspberries. This one is a blackberry that we planted. I ended up putting the potting mix there because the hens were out earlier and they were eating the leaf. This is a dwarf apple tree. The blueberry, the new addition this year, the blueberry farm, the blueberry patch. I should call it a blueberry patch. It's not a farm. Let's see. This is a mini walkthrough. This side, as you can see, doesn't get too much. It gets sun, but it doesn't get as much sun as the other little side, right? So there's okra here, peppers here. They are growing, but they're not growing, like they should. But that's okay. Look at those. These are cucumbers. All of the cucumbers sprouted. See the seedlings in the back? Oh, if you're wondering about this is a netting for the raccoons so that I drive them crazy at night when they want to get in there and they're like, I can't get in there. Well, that's because I don't want them to mess up the garden. Okay, these are beans. And these are actually the beans that I planted after I planted the seedlings out. These are the 1,500-year-old cave beans, which I cannot wait for that. And that's it. And then we're back here again. So it's not much, but it is a lot for the space that we have. and looking forward to seeing things go up and seeing things go out. Like I said, it's a short video. It's a Sunday. I hope you're enjoying it. And we got a lot of work during the week, so I'll make sure I'll keep you updated. Until the next time.